Mr. Jordan Pope, you've had a busy week so far.
Yes.
And it's so nice to see you in the flesh. Last time I saw you, we were chatting on air, so I didn't actually physically see you. Yeah. But you've had a busy week. You've met Prince Charles.
That's right. Yeah.
Tell us about it.
Yeah, very, very, very cool. I performed for the Prince's Trust. I'm a Prince's Trust ambassador. So, it was all love.
Tell us a bit about it. Prince's Trust ambassador.
The Prince's Trust does work with disadvantaged young people, making them aware of their opportunities and giving them business support in enterprise and giving them real life chances. I'm very proud to be associated. They actually deliver.
And how did you feel when you met Prince Charles? What's he like as a person?
He's human. He's cool. He's seen me a few times now, and every time he sees me, he says, "Oh, don't know how you remember it all." And the first time I met him, he was like, "I love poems that rhyme, and your ones rhyme differently." I was like, "Yeah, cool."
And do you feel that what you're saying is, and in your message, is getting across to those people?
I hope so. You could never know, but there's more that you have to do in order to make an impact. I don't think words are enough.
And how do you think you could do that?
Set up structures that actually demonstrate what you're talking about. Like, make sure that there are outcomes within society that validate your theories. If you're talking, then prove it.
And the thing is with what you're saying is it can start a wave, and people can listen to words, and then off the back of that, then maybe create actions. Do you think?
Yeah, 100%. It's not hard. It's just like set up a structure that works for you.
Okay, so someone else who is in the press at the moment who's very outspoken is Russell Brand, and I saw that he was sitting there with a copy of your book the other day.
Yeah, man. Thanks, Russ.
How did that feel?
It's cool. It was good. Like I said, it's all about connection and making sure that everyone is involved in the conversation. And Russell Brand is someone who actually cares. So for him to be involved in the conversation means a lot.
And you've both got books out at the moment, both pioneering for change. Do you reckon you could join forces with him?
Yeah, I like the way he thinks. I do.
Do you reckon you'll work together in the future?
Yeah, I do.
In what sort of way?
Can't say.
So he's got a show coming on XFM. You could go on that. That's a start.
Yeah, that's a start. That's a start.
Okay, so you've obviously Cat D. Let's talk all about that.
Yeah, that's my brand new tune. It compares people to Category D cars, which are all about... Category D cars have been in crashes and they've had to be written off. But, they sometimes have effects of those crashes, and people aren't that different. Sometimes you're left spinning from something that happens in your life, and that thing might play out for the rest of your life. But unlike a car, you grow, you become stronger from a crash.
Absolutely. And the thing is, sometimes in your life, you don't always realise that when you've gone through the really difficult times, they're the bits that actually push you on to the next level.
Completely.
And if you didn't have it there, you'd probably just be coasting without that.
Yeah. It's growth. Growth can be painful.
And obviously before that, there was the Chicken and Egg EP that you did. Tell us a little bit about that, because you spoke a lot about your own personal stuff in that.
No, it's not my own personal stuff, It's stories around me. I wanted to collect those stories and illustrate a point. I was like, look, the things that we're doing, basically, a lot of our parents already did. So if we can see the effects that it had on us, why would we subject our children to that? That's what the EP's about. And
have you started to notice people around you changing from what you're doing?
Yeah, definitely. A lot of my friends, I've just had to, because I don't always see, we're not always on the same page, I've had to be like, okay, they're doing what they're doing and I'm doing what I'm doing. But now they want to be involved in what I'm doing. They want to change their lives and be a little more proactive in their futures.
Yeah, how does that feel?
I didn't expect that. It feels amazing.
So with regards to your journey and where you're going to head from here, what can we expect?
Like I said, I'm building structures that just make sure that what I'm saying isn't just words. I'm gonna have more of a presence in education, and obviously the album, all the conventional stuff is coming, and a bit of unconventional stuff too.
And how do you feel now your stuff's going out into the mainstream? Because obviously what you were doing before was very much, it was on an underground level. Now all of a sudden the big radio stations are starting to play it, and the people in supposed power are starting to listen. How does that feel?
Yeah, that's good. Like I said, man, get everyone involved in the conversation. Make sure that everyone knows that they are welcome at my table, and just make sure that there are outcomes, that we're not just talking.
And with regards to spoken word and poetry and all of that,
Mm-hmm.
do you think there's a big enough space for it in our communities at the moment?
People are people. Like, what's the space? In order for it to matter, it needs to matter to someone. That's the only thing. So if people need to hear something and they respond to it, then yeah, people need what they need.
Who inspires you?
Who inspires me? Well, Nelson Mandela was a big inspiration for me. Malcolm X, Tupac, Lauryn Hill, Maya Angelou. Just people in my life, my basketball coach, my parents, all that stuff.
And how do you find it? Because obviously what you do isn't necessarily on a musical level. How do you find the collaboration part of what you do with people?
Yeah, that's cool. You learn something new every time you collaborate with someone. I'm having fun with that.
And is there anything like unexpected that we can expect? That we're going to sit there and go, what? George is collaborating with that person, or this is happening?
We just have to wait and see.
That's rubbish.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what it is.
Are you going to be at festivals across the summer?
Yeah, I'm all over the festival thing this summer.
Where are you going to be?
See, man, Camp Bestival, Wireless, Glasgow. Yeah, I'm about, man.
So with regards to when you're making your spoken word stuff and topics, is there any particular topic that you find really difficult to talk about?
Yeah, man, there's a few. I find it difficult to talk about a lot of what I talk about, to be fair, because it's so heavy and it's so much bigger than me. It's quite a responsibility, but why would I put myself in this position if I didn't want to actually talk about it? So I have to press on. And
is there anything that if I was to say to you, right, I want you to talk about this, that you'd be like, I'm not talking about it?
No, I can't really think of anything, but they're just like everyone. I'm a human being, innit? I'm a human being. Like, I will never be able to be any more or any less than that.
And with regards to obviously the things that you've said, we touched on this before. Has there been times in your life where you've been told that you can't say certain things, or things in your poetry that people have tried to stop you saying?
Yeah, there's been times, and I've done it anyway.
And what's happened when you come up against that?
Negotiations. You got to be respectful. You got to understand that everyone else is human as well. There are reasons that they say that, and as grown-ups, we should be able to negotiate our differences.
So in the music industry right now, who are you loving?
Who am I loving in the industry? When you say the industry, what do you mean, like?
Musically.
Yeah, musically. Shaka's amazing. Shaka is an amazing talent. I'm very excited for his future, and I think it's only going to get better and better. Melissa Steele's very talented. Who else? Yeah, there's all sorts of talent. Krept and Conan are very talented. Stormzy, of course, very talented.
Lapsley, she's so good.
Lapsley is amazing.
You guys should do something together. That would be sick.
Of course we should. Sorry, yeah. That's I said this on the radio before. I'll say it again. Lapsley, please get in contact with me.
She's amazing. Have you heard her track where she sings on one level and then she pitches down her vocal and harmonises with herself?
Yeah.
So sick.
She's sick.
So with regards to your future from here over the next few months, what have you got in store?
I'm releasing my album, festival season, more singles to be released. I'm doing a bit of election coverage as well. Working with young people,
Election coverage, talk about that.
Elections is upon us, and I'm keen to make sure that my audience, connect or get from the elections what I get from them.
Yeah.
See what I see. And obviously if you don't see what I see, that's cool. But I'm the one with the mic, so you gotta listen to me.
So what is that? Encouraging people to vote, would you say, or understand what they're...
No, just understand what the game is, innit? Some people fully understand the game and are adamant that they're not going to vote. It's their decision, but I just think that misinformation is a very dangerous thing, so as long as people are getting the right information.
And then helping with education, how important is that?
Education is everything. Human beings come into the world and they're told things and then they're gone and sent off into the world. to do things, what are they being told?
Exactly. And who's telling them what to tell them?
Who's telling them what to tell them?
Do you know what I'm saying?
Like, what's more important than that? What is more important than that?
Yeah. So wouldn't it be amazing to restructure the education system?
Yeah, there are tweaks. I think there's a lot of pressure riding on teachers right now. Shout out to all my teachers. We need to just have a bigger conversation, a more representative, inclusive conversation that takes into account people from different backgrounds, not just ethnicity, but like an education system that factors into that takes more consideration of young parents and their contribution and what they're able to, bring to the table. For example, amongst many things, disability is invisible near enough in mainstream society. Mental health, these things aren't really incorporated or factored into the way we train our kids, and I think that's so important because they're just the unavoidable things.
Do you think creativity is backed enough in education?
No, it's it's not. There's been a lot of funding taken away from the arts. The arts aren't the only form of creativity, but they are, a pretty important one. And I think we need to make sure that we're not doing our kids a disservice, because people learn in different ways and they have different forms of contribution other than essays and exams.
And do you think that young people should be involved in helping to structure governments?
Yep. I fully believe that young people should have a say beyond just a vote.